What's going on? It's Justeeni here. Today, I'm going to be showing you how insanely good this tribe is on Pangea. I know I already made a video on Yadakk, but this tribe is actually insane. I think people are seriously underestimating how big of a buff this is. And I'm also going to show you road opening sucks, don't do it. I'm going to show you what you should be doing instead. This is a normal Pangea. At the end of the video, I'll show you what kind of opening you can do for larger maps, because this I think is a better opening for like smaller maps, like if you're playing like small drylands or something, which why would you do that to yourself? But if you are doing that to yourself, this is what I would recommend playing. I've got a lot of games to show this off, so let's just get right into things. So turn 0 warrior, and the idea is pretty simple. You just level up turn 2, you level up turn 3. Now I go for the Explorer here. I think it's actually better to go for the Workshop, but I was just kind of playing around with the opening. Explorer is fine here, because it's like nice and central, and it's actually pretty well funneled. I get good vision, but usually Workshop is better, because it allows you to get a turn 5 rider. You can actually see I could have gotten a turn 5 rider, but only like barely, and I don't think it's worth it. I need more units right now. But yeah, I get a trade ruin. Not going for any market rush stuff. This is Pangea. So I go for riding. And you're just seeing turn 6. This is a very active position. I don't have my cities connected, but I don't need them connected right now. Also, I have riding and roads and org. I'm pretty much set for tax already. My expansion's a little slower than you'd expect from Yadakk. But again, all my techs are set. I'm going to be able to spam units and roads like crazy. And you'll see exactly how this gameplay. Really bad ruin, by the way. Trade ruin basically is useless here, and then explorer ruin on top of that. I mean, trade ruin's not useless in the late game, but this game, spoiler alert, is not going to late game. And just look at this unit spam. How do you deal with this unit spam? I mean, it is Kiku. I already know some people in the comments are going to be like, oh, but Kiku sucks on Pangea. They're actually not bad on Pangea. Are they as good as Yadakk? Absolutely not. Were they as good as Yadakk when Yadakk only had 5 stars? Yes. I think that's an undisputable fact. They might have even been better, actually, but Yadakk with 7 stars absolutely destroys Kiku now. And, yeah, this is just like, this isn't just like, oh, like, I can beat Kiku. It's like, oh my goodness. Look at the amount of unit spam. And again, I've got roads. So it's so easy to just play unbelievably aggressive. And the roads also help for eco and for defense. Let's get the turn 10 giant while we're at it. Plays a Park of Fortune. Keep the momentum going. Yeah, the opponent just resigns here. This is completely lost for them. But I've got more games, so go ahead and cut to the next one. Alright, so this time against Chinchi, which is another very good tribe. I'm going to be showing them off later. But again, same idea with the opening. This time, we don't find our third city right away, so it's going to be a little worse. But the great thing about this opening, and this is why I like this so much, especially compared to road opening, this opening is so consistent. It does not matter what your density is. You will always be in a good spot. It does not matter. This is like Yadakk being consistent, that sounds crazy, but this opening is insanely consistent. Like, I'll show you some games where I get even worse RNG than this. And yeah, this time I go for the Workshop, and you're going to see how this pans out. I meet Chinchi here. Now, there's a few ways I can approach this. I can get climbing, get a road, kick them off the city. But I'm actually not all about that. Let's get riding. I could have also gone riding and climbing. But I'm not all about that. This looks really weird. Honestly, maybe it's not actually the best play, but it looked very snazzy. Basically this is getting sieged. And yeah, I was hoping I could road this warrior in, but the mountain is blocking. That's actually fine. I have a backup. This warrior sieges. It costs an extra road, but at least it's used to connect. I would have liked to train a rider here, or at least have the road here. I guess I would have needed to do that, so Either way, I keep the city. And if you guys have noticed, I'm one city off of Grand Bazaar. Once I get this, I get Grand Bazaar next turn if they don't disrupt me. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Let's get an explore, see if they can disrupt me and what I can do to stop it. Oh, they can't disrupt me. Okay. And for some reason, they did not get a forge here, which is very weird. You can place forges on forests, by the way. Just letting you know. I think if they'd done that, this would have been a much tougher game to win because you can see all these are mines because it's Chinchi terrain. They would have gotten some giants, and it would have looked pretty scary. But again, Grand Bazaar, I can just like get Park of Fortune here, double monument, defend. I did have a plan if giant spam happened, but this ends in a bit of a more anticlimactic manner. Yeah, they just straight up don't go for the forge. So they siege their capital, and they can't unsiege. They cannot unsiege. Yep, good game. And they were only on 2 cities anyway, so they didn't really have much going for them. I just kind of absolutely walked in and destroyed them, but I have even more games. So I'll go ahead and cut to the next one. All right, so this time against Imo, another very, very scary tribe. Even on like Pangea and Drylands, Imo's actually quite strong. But again, same opening. I find that village. Pretty good spawn. And again, just pay attention to this opening. This opening is amazing. Because on turn 4, we get a workshop this time. And you're going to see why the workshop is so important here. Turn 5, double rider. This is your best case. End start per turn on turn 4, and then turn 5 you transition into 2 riders. You have all the techs you need for the rest of the game, pretty much, at least on this map size. And if you need more techs, like you have ruins, if you get a star ruin, or, you know, just meeting stars from the opponent. And you're going to be able to spam the units like crazy. You get your Grand Bazaar. That's exactly what I'm doing. Hello, Imo. Explore, ruin. You know, vision is nice here. I went 3 workshops, so the vision helps a lot, actually. In fact, it allows me to do this. Yeah, I have enough stars where I can just slam down 3 roads and still make units. I'm actually pop capped, that's why I'm not making more units. And you can see Imo got fishing here. They're just completely dead lost here. I did a little oopsie daisy. I placed the road here. Should have been placed here because there's a forest in the way. I was thinking, oh, rider can move here. It cannot. I need to place a road. But it is what it is. I get the connection here. This one thing I also like is when you delay the connection, like connect later for the level 3. That's always really helpful later on. They can get me off this village, but they're not keeping it. They smartly move off. They also leave this open. And yeah, kind of similar story to last time. I get some vision. I see they can't do anything, and I just siege. GG. Just 3 really easy wins in a row. You can just absolutely stomp people with this. But I'll go ahead and cut to one more match, and this time it's against a much stronger player who's like almost 1800 rated. Also using a good tribe. So let's get right into that. Yeah, I gotta say, all these games have been really short. I mean, mostly because it's normal Pangea, but also this strategy is really good at being aggressive. So we do the same thing. We find our village here, but it has bad resources. Now, if you were using a road opening, this wouldn't be an issue because you just connect, but this is like the one downside compared to a road opening. But it's still actually fine because there are backups with this. I get the road here, find this. I can go for the connection in a few turns. I can spam some warriors to help expand more. So it's a little bit of a different play style. But it works out. Also, this warrior like found absolutely nothing. So I'm getting my 3rd city on turn 6, which is really bad. And I had the bad resources, so horrible, horrible spawn. But despite going against Imperius, one of the best tribes in the game, on a normal Pangea, with a bad spawn, I don't even have riders by turn 6, which, yeah, I could connect and upgrade here. The reason why I don't, I'm saving for riders. So there's riding, connection, and yeah. Actually, hold on. I could have gotten the fruit there. Yeah, that was just a misplay because I was gonna connect here anyway. So yeah, I missed out on 2 stars. So yeah, why not? I misplay too. But why is this setup still so good? Again, really slow start. This should not be going this well, but it just is. I have a ton of units. I'm pressuring the ruin. They get me off the ruin. They don't go for the siege here because I can actually just unsiege. And maybe they didn't have vision. Yeah, they probably should have gone for the siege. It only denies 1 star. That explorer sucked. Yeah, I really don't even play well this game. And I'm against, like, again, almost 1800 opponent with a bad spawn. But this tribe is kind of good. And yeah, now I'm stepping onto ruin. Why not? Double resource ruin. Now I can place as many roads as my heart desires, which is every Yadakk player's dream. And I am absolutely going to slam down as many roads as I can because I want to demolish. I don't play this optimally. I hit this warrior. Instead of hitting the warrior, place 2 roads. It's worth it. I have the stars to do that. And I can hit this. I can siege. I can kill this. I am sieging, pressuring this, and I'm getting this village because there's just too much going on here. I'm winning this anyway. In fact, despite me not even playing this optimally, I don't even siege. They resign anyway, because what are they supposed to do? I'm getting my Grand Bazaar. I'm getting hunting precap probably so I can get the giant. And that's it. That's it. Terrible spawn. Didn't matter. Against a really good player. Didn't even play that well. Well, I didn't play that well. I don't know how the opponent did. But yeah, the strategy is kind of good. Now, again, before you leave, this isn't the end of the video yet. I'm going to show you a different opening that you can do. It's not a typical road opening. And this is what I recommend for larger Pangea maps. Alright, so this time we're on a huge Pangea. And so the opening that I recommend, because one downside with the turn 0 warrior on like larger maps is your expansion is a little on the slow side compared to what it could be. So what I prefer to do, turn 0 org, and then turn 1 upgrade, which sounds kind of counterintuitive. It's really slow on the expansion, but the idea, and I'm gonna give a name for this, because why not? I'm calling this the delayed road opening, because you're delaying your road. And the idea, I got 0 fruit here, which is like really, that's generally really bad for Yadakk, but the idea is you can just spam a bunch of warriors. I'm not spamming warriors here because it doesn't really lead anywhere. I want to get fishing instead. But you basically just want to spam a ton of warriors. I can do road here if I want, but probably not. You can connect. This isn't really the best case for this at all. But I mean, this kind of spawn is normally really bad. But you can get your connections, and you just want to spam a bunch of warriors for expansion, rather than like focusing on early riders, because you're not going to be seeing the opponent for a while. So you just make a bunch of warriors, because that's one thing with the turn 0 warrior opening, is you're not getting any units for a while, unless you get like a bad spawn. But you can make a lot more units here, so I much prefer it because of that. You can use a road opening if you want. I don't like it because it's inconsistent. You can see I had a pretty bad spawn here, but this still works out pretty well. So yeah, again, this isn't the best, especially with the corner spawn. Like maybe turns for warriors better here anyway. But this just kind of show the gist of things, how you want to play this on a larger map. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub, and have a good one.